sound coming up. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Treasure of the Lost Legion, episode 12, I think? We're already
12-ish.
12-ish. Close enough. I try to keep track of these episode numbers.
12 and 3/4.
12 and 3/4.
11sies?
11sies. I hope everybody's having... 11sies. I hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome. It's time for some more spelljamming adventures, where our mighty powerful heroes have just found themselves on a water planet. They enjoyed a basically minecart ride through the underbelly of the giant stone city, avoided some like hybrid bat-bird monsters that totally wanted to do bad things to them, and then convinced a Manicore to go with them to a tropical world planet.
Whoa. Not go with us. Go to the planet
And not eat
because
us.
there was food and not eat us. That was the deal. Not go with us. We're not friends.
Which is...
Acquaintances at best.
We're its travel agent.
Yeah, we booked its flight out.
I'm probably going to move back inside soon because it's really hot outside. It is like 106 degrees out.
Ooh. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Weather.
Weather.
My laptop's going to overheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so we now have... A lot of you have entered in through the portal, walked through it, with a Manicore flying off in front of you, and you find just the ocean in front of you, stretching out far as you can see. There's sort of a stone staircase leading down, half buried in sand, leading down to a kind of gentle beach, with all kinds of trees and stuff kind of popping up as if this portal is emerging from some kind of jungle almost. As you take your steps out, you hear this noise as the portal then closes behind
It's
you.
Kevin Costner.
As now there's only, once again, a kind of stone wall with the kind of portal-shaped design on it.
Oh, we
Which is
can't
the
go
portal.
back.
I'm gonna
The
lead
gems
down
are
to
on the other
Olag.
side.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's true.
Did we leave the ship behind?
The
You
ship's
guys
supposed to meet us on this planet.
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean down to Olag, because you said it's all water around us.
It is a lot. Well, you see like jungle to your left, jungle to your right, just a little bit of it. It looks like it stretches back behind the wall here, and then it goes to beach, and then water.
Okay.
Is there anything living around?
Yeah.
You can hear some buzzes of like insects and small birds, but other than that, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna look for footprints in the sand.
Okay. I guess roll survival. Wisdom survival. I should probably specify these things. Let's put that at the bottom there. For a couple of seconds.
Yeah, we heard you talking and then just nothing.
Yeah, we heard you say, "Oh no," and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like everything just...
Just met Albie the albatross. He's giving us 3 wishes.
The first wish is, of course, Kellen would like to be younger. He would actually like to be an actual child.
No.
The second wish is Whisper is, you know...
Full of shiny things. I got lots
Well, I
of
was going
shiny
to
things.
say, like, it's every shiny thing that she's ever wanted.
Oh,
Okay,
an island of shiny things.
I've lost Frank completely, like visual.
Olog's wish, I believe,
I still see it.
would be... Could Kellen be shorter?
Yeah.
Love, can you hear us?
Yes.
I can't see you on
For
stream.
some reason, he's not showing up on
Yeah.
stream.
I could see him still.
Yeah, I see him in Skype.
It's
Do you want
weird.
to attempt to leave the call and join back and see if that fixes Arnold's issue? For you to be on stream?
We've got black swirliness right now. Because my internet decided it hated me and wanted to die instantaneously.
Okay, well, who can actually see me?
We can see you on Skype, but not on the stream.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't
That's
see
on
you.
that side, then.
It's had to been something that happened when he disconnected.
You lost the call.
Yeah, Matt tried disconnecting from the call and reconnected.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try disconnecting. Oh, there it goes.
Yay!
Alright.
Technical issues.
You got this.
Yeah, the laptops are not the greatest thing. I'm gonna say that now.
It's fine.
You guys can tell.
Well, I didn't expect my internet to just suddenly die for like 3 seconds and then decide it's like, oh, we're just gonna have a hiccup in your connectivity.
Just long enough to screw everything up.
Of course.
And for the fourth wish, I wish everybody had stable internet connections.
And no computer issues at all, ever.
We wish
So
these
since
things.
Now I'm PM.
Oh shoot! Now I'm out of a job.
Everyone's level 10.
Yes!
Everybody, you just lost 8 levels. Congratulations, because I have returned to being TM.
So we're negative.
No, you had gone to level 10. Now you're back to level 2.
No, negative levels?
Yeah, you're negative 6.
Ah, yes.
The most.
Back to being a commoner penis.
All right. Where did we leave off? Kellen, you were looking around for.
I was looking for tracks. I was trying to ask you what kind of role did you want, perception or survival?
It was wisdom survival.
Survival it is.
Yep.
I see nothing.
It looks like some nice beach. There's a couple of shells right there. It looks like some like material that's probably from the ocean. I'm not 100% sure. Your character's probably slightly familiar with ocean, but maybe like not this tropical. So, I guess none of you actually. Whisper, wouldn't you be a little because you were heading towards Karator, like across the world?
Yeah, and because I think I'm from somewhere that's like tropical.
Yeah, you've had the farthest journey out of all the characters.
Yeah, I can take a look.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm more of a city dweller.
Survival, you said, huh?
Yep, wisdom survival. Yep.
Got a whopping 1.
Okay.
Like +1, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought I clicked on it. Okay. There it goes.
You take a look around. You see maybe a couple of bird
I might
tracks.
just drop.
Yeah. We just lost Frank.
We just lost Frank.
Olog! Don't step there!
So video, be warned, folks
We're
watching.
all going to drown.
Video's gonna like go weird in probably a second, and then we'll Skype died on him apparently.
Yes.
We're just gonna see if he can come back, so I'm not gonna even bother with the video right now. Enjoy like Whisper where Olog should be, and Kellen actually split between 2 screens.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to come back.
Yeah.
He's attempting to resurrect.
I'm back!
Yay!
Yay!
Did you take a swim in the ocean?
Yes, so Skype on my laptop decided to crash. There we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here's the offness I was talking about before.
What is that?
Well, we'll just work with it. We'll just work with it. That's best I can say. All right.
Oh god, now it's back. It's working on my laptop again. No.
So.
You got triple time.
Okay, so you see, yeah. You see a number of like what looks like maybe bird tracks. Some kind of animal tracks that seems to move down towards the edge of the water. Actually, a fairly decent sized animal. It's hard to tell whether it be dangerous or not, but it does seem to move down towards the water for a little bit and then move back up in towards like the more jungle-ish area. And as I said, a lot of little bird tracks are around. You do not see any tracks for people.
I have a question. Is there a salty smell in the air?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but do you have any more water left?
I have no idea. I mean, maybe a little.
We might want to try to see if we can try to find something for food and water. before you keep moving on.
Well, we're gonna have to move because where we're standing, I don't see any.
Well, I meant like we might want to look for that first.
Oh.
How large would you say this island is?
You have no idea.
Okay, so we can't like see the end of the beach.
No, the beach is blocked by jungle right now. You when you sort of walk towards the beach a little bit, you do see that it kind of curves off to either side, so you do lose track of it, but does stretch off for a little while.
Okay.
The beach does look walkable in this area. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, is it Gilligan Island size, or is it like the cartoony, oh, you're on a very small beach, 5 feet?
The island looks decently sized, I'll say, but you can't tell quite how big it is.
Okay, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah.
Is it like that Tom Cruise movie?
Don't know. But I have a suggestion. There are trees. I can climb. I can get higher viewpoint and give you maybe a better idea of it.
Yes.
Ah, yes, wish. You best be careful. If you climb, make sure that you can actually get down.
Make sure there's no tree moves in the tree.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually leave my bag with Kellen, and I'm gonna say, hey, why don't you take stock of what kind of food and water we have while I go up, and I'll see if I can figure out a direction to maybe find water and food, and then try to get a lay of the land. And then from my bag, I'm just gonna grab like a sheet of paper and like something to write with, kind of roll it up and like tuck it in my belt and start climbing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask Olog if he could show me what he has to stock-wise, and we'll all I'll try to inventory.
Okay.
Let's see, because I actually do think I have yes, I have plenty of survival gear. I have 3 6 of incense, a prayer book, investment.
So good at this.
And you've probably gone through at least 3 or 4 days worth of rations that you had before. So...
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I don't think we really have anything left.
Yeah, so
well...
I'm down to 2 rations, and I have 2 empty water... We have those 2 empty water skins.
Yes.
Plus our regular water skin.
How far is the beach from where we're standing?
Maybe like 50 feet.
I'm gonna move up to the ocean and thoroughly rinse out those water skins that we got.
Okay.
Since they had stagnant water in them.
Okay.
Check to see if it's salt water or not. If you drink salt,
I can smell the...
go insane, then you die.
Yeah, I'm down to 1 day's ration.
I have 2, I think.
Because he said we used 4.
He said 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Well, Matt, which is it?
We'll say you used 3 worth with all the stuff you were able to get together over the course of your adventures.
Okay.
But Olog didn't have any, so we would have had to divide that.
Oh, his pack would have the same amount as you guys. The basic kits do come with it
5
technically.
days rations.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we all have 2 days rations left.
Yes.
But we might be dangerously low on water.
I will say you probably have enough for today between the lot of you, but after that, you would probably be in trouble.
Okay.
So, you know what's fun about being a cleric is,
You can create water?
get that create water spell.
You know it.
Yeah.
But that, I said we might get it, but I don't know if I know it or not. Olog, let's just say, is not the best survivalist.
So it's not prepared.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know it.
I think you should. It's only like a level... Oh, it might be a level 2 or 3.
I thought it was level 1.
I thought it was pretty low level, but it might be higher. Create food and water. Let's see.
But the question is,
It's
do
a level
I
3.
quit?
Oh, yep.
Level 3 culture.
Yep,
What
so you
about
won't know it anyway.
purified? What about
yep.
purified food and water? Because that might work on salt water.
Let's take a look if there's a purifier.
Purify food and drink at the level 1. All non-magical food and drink within a 5 foot radius
Bad
is
news.
purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Well, that's not going to get water rid of salt.
Yeah.
Olog only had 2 days worth of rations.
Oh, then I guess you guys have like maybe 1 day's worth of rations now. We'll say, with splitting with Olog.
What I'm going to do while she's up in the tree then is I'm going to get a pot full of water.
I was just saying, you have a pot.
And I'm going to try to see if I can find enough enough wood to make a small fire. I try to see if I can try to boil out the water. And with the random crap I have, I'm sure I can try to catch it.
Make a survival check to develop a still.
I use my tinkerer tools in any way.
No, because it's knowing how to do it. Oh, okay. You can come up with something rudimentary for boiling salt off of water. Yeah, it's not gonna be super efficient, but it might stave off thirsting for a while. You don't really have.
I mean, we can survive a little while without food if we have to, but at least if we have water, that's better.
It will help a little bit. It's not going to solve your water problem, though, I'm going to say. It's just going to make it less difficult.
Less of a problem.
Yes. Only a tiny bit.
Still a problem.
Whisper.
I'll
Okay.
start while she's in the tree.
Yeah.
You'll get up to the top of the tree. It's going to be sort of like a little bit like a palm tree, except you don't see any kind of like coconuts or anything on it. You do manage to avoid this large, like, it looks a cross between a crab and a spider, about the size of a coconut that was hanging up there.
Like a coconut crab?
Except it looks creepier. You know, like, it's like a coconut crab, only creepier, basically. Yeah.
Coconut crabs are already pretty terrifying.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. So you got something that looks.
Food!
It seems a little skittery and dangerous as it kind of like puts up like forward legs and has like these big fangs at you, but it sort of backs off.
Okay. I'm not gonna mess with it then. I'm just gonna
Oh,
keep
by the way, create or destroy water is a level 1 cleric spell.
Ah! Then
So-
I don't need to actually...
So is purify food and drink.
Yes.
Yes, but that won't help purify salt out of water.
Yeah.
However, I don't know any of these spells, so...
But you can make water.
Theor-
Once you rest.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
If Olag actually knows those spells exist. Anyway, you will see that it is like a vast jungle area. It's hard to tell where the jungle ends. It looks like there's some areas of lower lands. To your... Let's say you're on the... We're just going to give rudimentary directions since you don't know exactly. We'll say you're on, like, the North Shore. Towards the south, you can see, like, openings in the jungle, but it's hard to tell what's in them. Beyond there, you see this, like, twin peaks that are almost like curved horns of, like, some mountains. To your east, you see that the island kind of stretches off for a while, and you can see what appears to be a kind of, like, grasslandy area, a little bit of it, with kind of large boulders. You can't get a good view of it. And to your west, you see what's, looks to be a lagoon of some kind, you're guessing, but a very large one. Or a series of lagoons. It's hard to tell exactly how big they are.
Okay.
You do not
But
see any
I'm
sign
not
of, like...
cold.
No.
Okay.
This is sort of like you got a view, and you can sort of see a little bit of, like, you know, everything. So it's like you see some of these things, but you're not sure exactly what they are.
Okay.
Okay, we're dropping a few things.
Okay, then I would, like, you know, basically, I'm imagining it's kind of like a palm tree, like, essentially, like, wrap my legs around the tree and, like, probably have, like, one arm hooked and pull out, like, my little roll of paper and, like, do almost, like, a very quick, very rough sketch. Like, we are here, this, and this, and just, like, call it the main things, and then tuck it back and skitter back down.
Okay. Alright, you'll skitter back down to the ground, and everybody will... You'll see Kellen setting up some kind of rudimentary still while Olag basically expounds the fact that they're going to die.
I mean, Olog wouldn't really say that.
Okay, I guess you'd be... Not in this case? Okay.
There is a chance to survive.
Uh-huh. Then I guess you'd be correcting Kellen on what he's doing wrong. Or what you think he's doing wrong.
But Kellen's not doing anything wrong, though. He's just...
He's just being him.
He's just being him.
Like, oh yes, that's actually a wise decision, Kellen. That would have stuck. It most likely had color. It's quite a good decision. We would have probably been very ill. Luckily,
I'm trying to get the salt out.
Spellcaster. I do know every spell that is on my list. I just looked it up in the rulebook.
What's the rule?
Ah, yes. It is.
And what list are you talking about?
You have a proper godlike me.
I have a proper god, thank you.
Yes, you're a imaginary god.
What do you...
She'll just kind of like watch them for a few minutes. Until like maybe one of them notices that she's back.
Yeah, I guess...
She's just like watching like, what is going on?
I'll make a perception check, but I'm gonna give myself disadvantage because I'm playing with my still.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will eventually notice her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not trying to stealth. I'm just
No.
like.
I know, but I'm playing
waiting
with
to
my
quick
still,
figure
so I'm just seeing how distracted I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like how you're making it still. You don't need
Well,
to.
not a still, but
I know. A purifier.
making a water.
Desalination.
Which is called a still.
Yeah, true.
Olaf
yeah.
will point it out. It's like, you do not need to make that. I could make the water. Now, you need food though. I
Can
am
you do that now?
quite famished.
Can
You
you
said
make?
that you saw tracks before, yes?
Yes. Whisper will speak up from the back. Yes, I saw tracks.
Ah, yes. Did you see any animal? Was there anything on that tree?
There was a spider crab? A large spider crab on the tree. I didn't mess with it. I just... What?
Crab meat. Have you not had it before?
Uh...
You saturated.
I've had regular crab meat, but not spider crab
Lower
meat.
class. I'm quite not surprised.
When you said it, she's just like gonna like narrow her eyes like... Oh. Anyways, Kellen, and she's just gonna like ignore Olaf. I found, and she's gonna hold up the map and just like point out all the things. Like we're here, like you know, I'm just gonna say we're at the north, even though I have no idea. And then you know, kind of point out that there's like the lagoons to the west. I think you said. Yeah, lagoons to the west, grasslands to the east, and then there's like some openings and stuff in like the mountains to the south. So I'm guessing we should go west or east for food.
I would say towards the lagoon. There might be a better chance, or maybe caves around that area too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Although if it's grasslands, there might be something that's less predator in the grasslands.
Don't like lions and stuff live in grasslands?
And bears.
Depending on what kind of grasslands you're talking about.
I don't know. I mean,
Knowledge nature.
yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say knowledge nature to know what lives in the different regions.
I don't know.
You're like, there's
Nature.
some animals. There's also some animals.
Oleg is not gonna roll nature because he knows. He knows.
Owlbears. It's always
Owl
owlbears.
bears, regular bears, bear owls, bear hyenas,
Bear squirrels.
bear squirrels, regular squirrel.
Regular squirrels can be dangerous.
They
Do
can't.
you know how to fish at all?
Maybe? Would I know? I would. Maybe a basic fishing skills. I mean, maybe. I mean, I grew up in like the forest
have-
areas.
10 feet of string, and I probably could carve a fishhook out of wood.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I have a bow and arrow set. Uh-oh. Are we losing Matt again?
You have me?
Stream's dropping.
My stream's dropping?
Yeah, but
Oh,
The stream
jeez.
was doing the spinny thing.
It's doing the spinny thing right now. Okay, it's back to normal. Oh, wow, yeah. We just dropped a whole bunch of frames. Hurrah!
One
Yep.
fact, or fun attempt maybe. What if we command a fish?
Well,
Or we'll be like, oh yes, I do know the command spell. I would just need to rest. If we
Wouldn't they have to be
command.
smart enough to understand you, though?
I don't think so. I think it's just a command.
And would you have to see the fish?
I don't think so as well.
let's just try to work on this.
It doesn't say the rules.
There's a lot of ifs going on there, buddy.
How about try commanding the crab?
Oh, never mind. It doesn't understand the language.
Okay.
Look,
Now,
look.
if
You know what
Whisper
language
had
it is?
command, you can message command, maybe.
Okay,
You can try messaging us.
you might know how to do that because tabaxi are traditionally from warm jungles.
Okay.
So most likely there was fishing involved in your lifetime.
Some sort.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'll tell
I'll
Kellen.
pull out my smith tools.
Well, you
and
you might actually
I-
know like spearfishing or something. I'll say.
That's
You
what
know.
I'm gonna say. It's probably more like spearfishing.
Okay, I
It's
could
jungle.
try to make a rudimentary spear. I'm assuming with smith tools.
Spear equals sharp stick.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's trying to make it a little better than just an average sharp stick. I think you know.
Yes. You want me to roll?
Can I try to make a
tools?
sharp stick as well?
Sure. Just
Or
make.
carpenter tools, actually. I have carpenter tools.
I would
That
just
might be
guide,
more appropriate.
disguise myself like a fish.
I guess if you want to use carpenter tools and make a check with those for a really great one, go ahead. All right.
Not so great.
Can I try to make my own?
Sure. Make like I guess intelligence for a decent one. We'll say sure. Just roll some intelligence.
Check. Alright.
Yeah, because I don't
Wait,
think
what
you're
time is it?
probably. I would say
Just
from
trying to sharpen a fish.
you sharpen a decent stick a lot better than Kellen.
Sorry, Kellen. So Kellen, I'm gonna look at his, and he's made it appropriate to his height, and so I'm just gonna say, Kellen, problem with your stick is that I'm taller, so I need one that's my size, and like hold like mine up to his to show him that mine's like much taller and appropriately sized for like proper fishing.
Can I get another limb and try to see if I can do that then?
Bulldog just leans down to Cullen and just like pats him on the shoulder and just says, there. It's not the size, it's how you use it.
I
Just
told
because
you with my
it's
stick.
small. It's too small. You.
Olag, to answer your question, I would say you've been here for a little bit. It was around maybe noon, you'd say, when you got here. It's maybe like early afternoon now. So it is very hot out that all of you are feeling a little bit of that heat. I mean, it is like impressively hot and moist air. But there's also that like level of
Feels like
salt. Yeah. Like for you it feels like home, but for I guess the dwarf and the gnome, you're like, this is unpleasant.
Are there palm fronds on the ground at all?
Probably a few, but not a
Can
huge
I
amount
try
of them.
to gather up some palm fronds and some sticks and try to make like a lean-to?
Sure. I would say that would be a survival check.
Before you do that, though, how long are we intending on staying here?
Well, I can do this while you fish, and then if you are able to catch anything, we can sit under the lean-to while we eat, so it's not as hot.
Okay. I don't think it's that hot, but okay.
I mean, temperature-wise, what would it be? Like 90 degrees? Because that's not that bad.
I would say it'd be around like 103, we'll say.
That's hot.
Houston,
With like
Texas.
80% humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
jungle.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's my survival. I'm
You,
going crap today.
I mean, you could probably build something pretty rudimentary under the shade of the like jungle nearby if you wanted to. There is plenty of shade nearby to the jungle.
I think so. I'm just trying to keep busy because I have nothing better to do.
Yeah, Olag can't really help because
he has to do the long rest if he wants to, if he wants any
To
more
do any
stuff.
skills,
Yes.
yeah, or
Yeah.
spells.
Yep.
That's fine.
Like, without breaking the long rest, would Oleg be able to, like, dig a hole in the ground?
No. I
Pro-
think you have to do very light things.
Yeah, it's very light work, unfortunately.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
reading or
Like
writing.
reading, stirring a cooking pot or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can keep an eye on the still.
Just going on with what he usually does, being useless.
Not totally useless. He has his
Yeah.
moments.
How's the fishing going?
That is a good question. How is the fishing going?
Uh, yeah, give me
Yeah.
give me a survival check. Sure. Give me dexterity, but add your survival.
Okay, add my bonus that I have for survival?
Yeah, add your survival proficiency to dexterity. I'm gonna say that's for this one because this is an
Okay,
interesting.
so it's 1 plus whatever I roll. So 13.
Okay. So you basically kind of fish around for a little bit. You'll grab a couple of fish.
Sweet.
Not like a huge amount of them, but you know, hey, you managed to get a few.
For, like, a day or two of rations, maybe?
Maybe for today, right now.
So it at least gives us an extra day of food.
Yes.
And it's fresh food. It's not like, you know, old, like we can eat this now and save our rations.
Yep.
While we figure out what we want to do.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll go back and
Mhm.
show them that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, you probably got like 6 relatively small fish, but they're not like you were able to get them from the. I'm guessing you were over at the lagoon area, you know.
Oh wait, how far was the lagoon? I thought it was pretty far.
Maybe like 400, 500 feet.
Oh, okay. I imagined it was like half day's walk or something.
No, that's not nearly fun. Like you from the looks of it, it might take half a day to cross like north to south through the jungle itself, but it might take less time to walk around the edge of it because it did look like a dense jungle there, you know, in the center of the island.
Got it. Okay, yeah, then I would have gone to wherever I thought
Yeah.
there would be the most fish. So.
Yeah, the lagoon's not very far comparatively. It is a little bit of a walk, maybe like we'll say like with the twists and turns of the beach, maybe like half an hour walk to get to the lagoon.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know,
Pretty fast.
the island is decent sized, but isn't like insanely sized. Well, you know.
I'll start a small fire to cook the fish on.
Okay. Between you'll be able to set something up, cook some fish up. Okay, you have you'll find a meal of some fish and some some decently like refined water. It's not like greatly refined, you know. It's like the still wasn't badly made, but it's sort of like wasn't perfect. So it tastes a little salty, but it's not like, oh my god, salt water, you know, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
You know.
Okay. Yeah. Are we able to get enough to fill up our, at least like a water skin or two?
You'll get enough that you're feeling like you're not thirsting right now, but you feel like you've just made that the water skins you've been drinking from are shrinking at like a quarter of the speed it would be, basically.
Okay. The salt that's left in the bottom of the pot, if there's any fish after we have a meal of it,
Mhm.
I will salt the fish.
Okay.
Try to
Help
keep it
dry
for
it
another
out.
day.
Yeah, try to keep it, yeah.
Okay. So,
Because I'm assuming we're trying to eat not a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Try to, you know,
While we
stretch it.
figure out what we're doing.
Like half rations, basically.
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
So while he's kind of like cooking and we're doing all this, I'll like kind of be looking at the map and say, so what do you guys think? Should we go east, west, south?
Well, did you see anything else around the lagoon while you were fishing?
I wasn't really looking.
Know if you might have noticed any caves or anything.
I'm assuming I would have just gone to get fish, like focused.
Yeah.
Maybe done like a glance around, but not really like looking.
The lagoon
And I
area.
probably would have just followed
yeah.
the beach too.
Yeah, the lagoon area was sort of like I'll say when you got over there, it looked like a series of like 5 or 6 lagoons. You were in one that was like, you were probably at a pretty decent tide, so it was only like maybe like a little below your knee deep or like knee deep water that you were kind of going through.
Okay.
Okay, I do not know how to affect their audio to make it sound more, because it sounds fine to me.
Is that any better?
Should I just speak louder?
You know what I bet it is? I bet my microphone got turned down. No, that one.
No, everyone's volume's fine.
It's on
I
this.
guess Matt has incoming volume on OBS set to low.
I had it a little lower than I could have had it. I'm turning it up.
Okay.
This better.
I'm
Hear me now.
Okay, I'm
You
editing.
guys sound real distant.
Let me know.
So far away.
Le- Okay, I turned myself down. Thank you very much, too.
Just DM.
DM is loud.
Let me know if
Okay.
I'll be eyed from out.
Check.
yeah. Let me know if that is a little better for the volume.
I'm sitting on the ground right now.
Where's the puppies? I see one.
Right here. The other one is sleeping. He likes the hardwood floor because he's old and it's hot.
Is Olog asleep?
No, Oleg is like doing his long rest.
Right. So, are you taking a nap during that long rest?
Is it still daytime?
Yes.
Then no.
I'm gonna pair you into sand.
All right.
Oleg died.
Leave 'em.
Trapped under sand, Lily, his head sticking out. Well, I'm going to die. All right. So
Whisper, I'm gonna say you should make the decision since I think you're the most informed about being in the
Jungles.
wild.
Okay.
I'm a city dweller.
Well, let's see. So you said, let me double check.
I probably read stuff about it but never experienced it.
Yeah, probably the same with Oleg because he's only read books. That's pretty much all he's ever done.
I was a librarian at one point.
I've never been in a library, so no. Well, okay. So I'll explain that. You know, to the south, there's twin peaks that kind of come up and curve like horns.
Ah, yes,
Im-
what an awful show.
Not a what?
God,
oh wow.
what an awful show.
Oh god.
Like, what? So there's that to the south, and that might be a good bet to start heading that way to, see if maybe we can find some kind of establishment, because the ship is going to have to find somewhere to dock to pick us up, probably.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but our ship is actually shaped like a ship, right?
It's shaped like a large fish, like a hammerhead shark.
Okay, so it might be able to land in water, so the lagoons might be a good place for it to land.
So would this
That's
ocean
true.
over here, don't you think?
So we could just stay here, you think, until we maybe see it, or...
Well, we could try like exploring the lagoon since they're not that far off,
Okay.
and we'd still be able to see the ship if it landed over this way.
Oleg
Yeah.
just like scratches his ear, then looks at Whisper.
You said that the Twin Peaks, they were curved like horns. Yes?
Yeah.
That's not natural, I don't think. Best
Probably
would
not.
avoid that, because that's probably a giant sleeping demon. In fact,
I
this
wasn't gonna say
entire
that,
island
but
could
okay.
part a demon. We could be... No. That
We're
would,
on a
just,
demon.
that would just be silly.
I'll leave the demon conspiracies to you, because that's your
However-
department.
This island could be on a demon, which technically means that yes, we are on a demon then. Whisper, I believe you have a future in the Inquisition, I think.
At this point, Kellen's starting to walk over towards lagoons.
Well, wait, why don't we... Okay, so we're gonna walk over there.
Wait, why would
Because you just made the lean-to.
And
Yeah.
Why don't we, like, hang out by the lean-to where we have, like, a little camp set up?
True.
I can go back over and do some more fishing.
Keep your
And-
eyes peeled if you do see any like caves in that area.
Yeah.
fish. They might be filled with fish owls.
Okay.
Actually, why don't I come with you, Olog? Why don't you guard the campsite? And that way I can look around for caves and while you fish, so you're not distracted.
Okay. If you want.
Yeah, Olog agrees with this, but you just see him like
He's
pull out
arrested.
his shield and his warhammer.
He's like,
That is... Yes, I'll guard the camp. Because I won't be ambushed or anything. He just like mutters under his breath. It's just like, I'm probably gonna die, whatever.
Well, I figured since you needed rest anyway.
yeah. Well, I figure we're kind of taking it easy anyways. Like, just like fishing and like doing things until
Not
maybe.
like doing hard labor.
We also don't know if it's ever gonna get nighttime. Just
This is
FYI.
also a lot more chill than being chased by Toby and his friends.
Yeah. So, and maybe our Manticore friend will come back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yay!
Olog.
I'm gonna name
Watch
her
out
Sally.
for those spider crabs.
Yeah, watch out for the spider crabs, or try to catch them. Actually, Olog, do you have any skill in making any kind of traps?
I mean,
It's survival, right?
it is survival,
And you are a cleric.
I have a whole 3. In
I have a 1, sir.
I have a 2.
Oh. Well,
That's what I'm saying.
can I roll to see if maybe Olog's read anything in books about trapping and the like?
Well, I could try to,
Sure.
before I go off looking for caves, I could try to assist you. At least I had the mechanical knowledge.
No. An 8.
Okay. Yeah. Olog's got no idea about trap making.
Yes, well,
Let me see if I can.
I've been meaning to read a book on trapping, however, it's eluded me as of late. I do apologize for that.
Nope.
Do I have to do everything?
Most likely. Whisper, do not doubt yourself. You
Uh,
are very
I
skilled.
have the lowest score in survival, and I rolled the highest. Come on, guys.
Like
Come on.
Whisper, you're like, well, you could maybe make like a rudimentary thing with some sticks and a couple of like vines and stuff.
No. Matt, I'm gonna interrupt you on that because Olog's already like inspiring her. She's a strong, independent cat girl. He's going to give her guidance on that check because it will believe her.
All right.
So you want me to add a D4 to that?
Yes.
Actually, I have no idea.
I guess sure. Add a D4.
So 13.
All right.
To build a trap, or
Okay.
at least know how to build a trap and be able to tell them how to do it.
All right. Yeah, you can figure out how to make something very rudimentary that I guess could maybe catch small game or something.
I don't even know if we would need something to catch them, but more just like the spider crabs. I mean, once you have them, you can just stuff them in it and like, more to, like hold them.
Oh yeah,
even,
some
too.
kind of like little like net thing or something, or like a basket. Yeah, you can figure out how to put something together using a bunch of like vines and like twigs from some of the smaller trees nearby and stuff like that. You know, like more like small like saplings and stuff from the littered floor. You know, you can figure out how
Will
to.
any of my tools be of assistance?
Not really, unless there's like nails or like.
I
We
have
have nails and
nails.
hammers.
Yes.
I have nails. I have a hammer. I also have my thieves' tools, tinker tools, smith tools, and carpenter's tools.
Some of these tools will probably be helpful. Yes, some of these tools will probably be helpful for basket weaving. No, because that's really what you do. You put together some kind of basket that has like a simple like
That's right.
it's got like a simple lid that you can kind of put on top of it to like make sure to get the crabs in there.
Yeah, and then you can like maybe like shove a stick through to like latch it.
Yeah.
I mean, weaving's pretty non-intensive. Could Olag actually weave that without breaking his rest? Because if you guys get like the pom-poms and the like, Olag could just sit there and just be like, "Oh yes, that's an old lady, just weave."
In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
I could say if you just wanted to do something very simple and just take your time on it, you probably can do it while still resting.
I mean, he has to rest for 8 hours anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take your time, you should be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll gather up the materials for him, and then I'm gonna head off with Whisper then.
Okay.
Okay. I imagine you're gathering the materials. I'm like drawing like a diagram, like to show Olag how to do it.
Like in the
Like,
or are
you
you
know, once
using
he gets to
paper and
finish it
stuff,
off.
or are you like drawing it in the sand?
I'd probably just pull out one of the sheets from my little journal. I have like 4 journals on me, so just pull a sheet out and like sketch it real quick. Like, okay, you're gonna go like this, and then when you get to the top, it looks like this. So he knows like basically how to build it.
Ah, yes. We're now playing The Forest.
Yeah, you're totally playing the forest. Now, where's the cannibals? I mean, yes.
Exactly, I was about to say. First, we gotta find our lost son, we gotta explore the cave system, then we gotta fight off a horde of cannibals.
And mutants.
Can we eat the cannibals if we fight them off?
Yes.
I mean, technically. Or we can make effigies to scare them away.
Using their body parts.
Exactly.
Both options sound great.
Oh my god, it's really...
Okay, so after we get all that, I guess we're gonna go do some more fishing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go perceive around and look for caves.
I'm gonna weave a basket.
Yes.
I'm gonna weave the
This
fish.
is the most interesting game we've ever had.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. On today's episode, we have arts and craft.
Hey, I'm fishing, sir.
Technically an art and a craft.
All right.
Only if there's beer involved.
So, Callan, go ahead and give me perception.
Oh gosh, dang it! I'm rolling horrible today. That's my.
Now you know how I felt last week.
Come on up. Okay, so you find like shoreline. You do see that there's an area with a bit of like maybe was the equivalent to like a mangrove. So it's like, you know, the trees that are sort of on the edge of the water, kind of an area where the jungle kind of, it separates out a couple of lagoons. You also do see pretty much just some shoreline around the lagoons, and that you can see that they're sort of attached, separated and attached. You're going towards a lower tide right now, it looks like. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount of difference between the tides overall. It pretty much looks like at your highest tide, all the lagoons will be interconnected pretty much with like little areas of sand in between them. Where then when it goes down a little bit, they're kind of separated out from the ocean just by a little bit at the lowest tide. So it's sort of like in between now, where like the waves kind of splash in some water in between some of the different lagoons, kind of like moving it around a bit, you know.
So no caves.
You don't see any caves. I mean, it's very peaceful, but it is definitely very hot too. You're definitely feeling the heat out here.
Yeah. What kind of trees are on the edge of, like you said there's a mangrove, what kind of trees are they? Are they still like coconut type tree or palm trees, or are they like...
They got more like palmy fronds, I think these type of mangroves will say, you know. I usually thought mangroves usually had more like broadleafed or broadleaf. So yeah, it's the same.
I was just trying to think of it, like, is there any kind of fruit bearing stuff?
You don't see any right now. Kellen, make me a Constitution save.
Oh no.
That's not good. That's not good.
Okay, you're feeling tired. Like you are feeling like the heat is just oppressive against you. You are slightly exhausted after your journeys here. Whisper, you're fine.
Okay,
you're
start heading
yeah.
back to camp.
Whisper, by chance, because you're a jungle creature, you are unaffected by this level of heat.
I'm just like, what's wrong with you guys? Like,
You're like,
it's a Tuesday.
it's like you know, like everywhere else you've been slightly cold, but now it's like you're all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's like home again.
I feel great.
Like up until like now, you kept thinking about like, I kind of understand all these people and they're like heavy layers of clothes, and now you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
you know, now it's like, oh, I'm back. It's like I'm back home again.
Do you want me to do
Have to
Another
make it to
dex check?
back to time.
Yeah.
do another dex check with my survival added?
Sure.
See how many fish I catch this time.
Oh.
So A 20 total.
Okay,
Nice.
you're kind of going along, and you see what looks to be like a really like large fish of some kind that seemed to have gotten stuck in here. It's kind of patrolling around. It seems to be going for other things. It looks a little dangerous, but you're like, you know, I could get this one. You wind up you make like a big throw of the spear, and you manage to get it right through the head. So you have something that's just a little smaller than you in length.
Yes. I'm gonna like haul it up like yes.
You're like me. You're not quite sure what kind of fish this is because it looks weird, but you're pretty sure it's some kind of like big predatory fish that got caught in the shallows.
Yeah. And the tide came in and then went out again.
Yes. It probably
awesome.
came in there for easy prey, but didn't get out in time. You know.
Yep. Sweet. So yeah, I'll drag it back with me. Be like, look at what I got, guys. I'm like super proud of my giant fish. You know, almost like trying to hold it like a trophy fish. But imagine like I'm just holding like the head, and the rest of it's like flopped up.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of strength, so it's like really hard. It's big. It's like
I look up and go, nice, and then plop under my lean-to.
Yeah, it looks like something that could eat Kellen. Probably not in one bite, but you know, it would probably have gone after him because Kellen would definitely be like around its size of something to hunt.
Stay out of the ocean. Got it.
Yeah. So this was over there, and I hope it's tasty. So, but it might be at least a day or two's worth of food. Maybe once it's filleted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you work on that? I need some rest. This heat is getting to me.
Whisper, I will allow you to probably preserve a little bit of it using techniques you may have learned from your good friend as being a cook for about like a month now. You've had to deal with keeping food going, so you've probably actually learned some lessons and can keep it. It probably won't stay for like too long, but you could probably use a little bit of like the sun and some salt and stuff to dry some stuff out, you know, to make a little bit of like, I guess, fish jerky.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I'll be working on that and look over how's the basket coming, Olag?
I don't think we need it anymore since you have that.
Well, this will only keep for so long, and once we move inland, there might be other small creatures we can catch in the baskets.
That is true. Ah, yes, I remember my times. Have you ever had smoked fish? It's quite good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
pretty common thing.
I think Helen has passed out at this point.
Yeah, Kellen's just like,
Smoked fish is one of the foods that lasts the longest. I remember when I was a boy living in the hills, we would have smoked fish in the winter because that's the only thing that would keep.
well, I don't think we're gonna be really able to smoke it, but I'm gonna do the best I can to make it tasty enough.
Well, just like it looks over at the fire.
Yes, but we don't have all the stuff for smoking. For a proper smoking, sir.
But we have a bunch of dried palm fronds.
That dog looks so sad on your screen.
He's so sad.
Love you.
He's like right on my lap. He's like, no, you need to pay attention to me.
I know, he's like, love you. And went away. I'm just gonna go with the easiest way, though, of preserving it
Okay.
for what we have, though.
That would probably be...
Actual cook, I can say that would just be salting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably salting it
Yeah.
and letting like the salty air help dry it then too, like leaving it in some place where it can draw the moisture away.
Yep.
So,
And the bug.
yeah.
Maybe even sitting on some rocks or something. So
you have noticed, you have noticed you haven't gotten a lot of bugs right now, but there has been some decent breeze coming in from the ocean.
I'm thinking my foot.
Have we noticed the sunlight changing? Like, did it
A little
start
bit.
going in the evening?
A little bit, but I mean, it also feels like it's gotten a little cooler, but it's not like great cooler. It's still pretty hot
and humid.
and humid.
How much time has passed? Do I have my spells yet?
Sure.
Excellent.
It's
It's
been
like-
8 hours?
Sure, it's like getting towards evening now, we'll say, after everything you guys have done.
Okay.
And it looks like it's gotten a little darker, but you haven't seen the light go away completely.
Okay.
Let me know when I'm. Excuse me. Let me know when I'm no longer exhausted.
Probably not easily
If
recovering.
it's a point of exhaustion, then it's an hour. Or sorry, it's a long rest.
And
That's what I'm doing.
okay. And it might not be easy to recover in this heat unless you find a way to negate it a little bit more.
I'll go hold him underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that plan. He's digging 2 holes in the ground, like fairly, like 3-4 feet deep, and
So as deep as I am tall?
pretty much
Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing? Why are you digging holes?
because
The sand's cooler down there?
that too.
Also gonna bury people alive.
Yeah, so Oleg is once he's done like actually digging the holes, he's going to create water on top of both the holes.
Why would you do it?
And
It's
gallons
just,
of water in each hole.
it's gonna soak into the sand.
Ah. But that's
Yeah.
not true, is it?
It will.
Man, you guys have not camped before, have you?
Well, I guess at a certain point in time when
Well,
you dig down, the
Right,
sand
it'll
will
soak
reach
into
to.
the sand. Yeah, or it's just gonna absorb the salt from the sand and
Yeah.
become salt water.
Yeah,
well, you
because
also
he has purify.
Purify
So
doesn't get rid of
holy
salt.
crap.
It just
purify gets rid of
the-
poison. It wouldn't
No,
get
no,
rid.
no. Okay.
Okay.
off,
Okay.
If you've ever gone camping for an extended amount of time and you don't have actual water bottles, the first thing that you do is you dig a hole in the ground. If you have a bucket and there's a source of fresh water, not nearby, but near enough that you can go get it after like a 30-minute walk, you fill the hole with water so you actually have fresh water for a short time.
Yes, but dirt and sand are 2 different things.
Yeah.
You guys have not gone camping before.
No, but I live in Florida, basically on the beach.
I lived 2 blocks. I grew up 2 blocks from the beach.
And when you fill up a bucket, a hole with water,
Yes.
Eventually.
You
on the
see
beach,
that
it goes
outside?
away.
First off, one of the holes is a bath.
I'm not drinking from that.
No, you're not supposed to.
Also, I don't need a bath hole.
Cool off.
Well, that would help cool off. Yes.
Okay.
The
But you-
other one is there so we can quickly fill all of our water skins.
That would be.
Oh, can I make a suggestion though too?
Mm-hmm.
The one that we want to have stay around longer. Didn't you get some new leather armor?
We got
Whisper,
old.
Didn't you get some studded leather armor that I could possibly repair?
Who?
Yeah, Whisper, you did.
I think I have. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Could
it.
fill the hole with line the hole with that, so the water will stay in a little bit more.
But then you're.
Also, the only way
Not
that
gonna
the
ruin the
water
other
will get
armor.
sandy
I can still
is
repair
because
it later.
it's around.
I mean, you could dig the holes in the jungle and you'd have more dirt. Also, if you really wanted to.
Like if we just move inland.
Yeah. I mean, you're not far from like dirt, for one thing.
True, and that might be more shade too.
Yeah.
Well, if it's like feeling like it's evening,
Mm-hmm.
since Oleg has rested
Mm-hmm.
his 8 hours, maybe I actually don't think too bad, but I should probably rest, even though I'm not missing any of my spells or anything. Just because I probably will need to rest before we start moving out or exploring some more.
Okay.
But if you go ahead and do those, how many times can you cast that total?
3 times, I think,
Well, why don't you just fill up one hole?
for a bath.
No, for fresh drinking water.
We
Like
can
right
bathe
after.
in the salt water.
Yeah. I was thinking right after you fill it up, we can fill up all our water skins.
But Oleg's not very smart. He's like, oh look,
He's-
I have a bath now. Oh, look,
That's where we were trying to stop you. Like, no, stop.
Come on. But don't you want a freshwater dwarf bath?
No.
Oh.
Save the spell.
Oh my god, guys, come on. I know at least one of you's been to the beach. Salt water is not something you want to bathe in.
It's not.
I don't
Yes,
need a
but
bath.
But it's better than wasting fresh water that we need for drinking.
Yeah. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I don't sweat, so I don't stink like you. You know, cat person. I also kind of bathe myself,
Yes.
so I'm covered on the bath area and the not stinking and not feeling gross because I'm basically at home now.
I mean, Olog's an old dwarf.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
There are some really nice lagoons right over there that you can go splash around in.
He just like motions to one of the holes. Now it's cracking water in the ground.
And when we're all dying of thirst, how are you gonna feel?
I can cast it I can cast it 3 times. Each one is 10 gallons.
Yes.
Well,
And how about when we get attacked by something and we need to be healed?
I mean, 10 cubic
But instead
foot.
we have a nice puddle of water.
Yeah.
Puddle of water, health.
Hey. 10 gallons is not a puddle. It's a lot of water.
It's a very deep puddle. By the way, how deep did you say that hole is?
Like,
2-3 feet deep.
How big and wide is it then?
Probably as wide, like 4 or 5 feet wide.
Okay.
Basically, so Kevin doesn't accidentally drown.
Aww.
How about this? You can do one hole, create the water, we fill our skins with it, and with the remainder water, you can use it as a bath.
you would.
Water.
Okay, you would need 48 gallons to fill up your 3x4x4 foot hole. Because a gallon of water is about a cubic foot of water.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was
I'm not
like,
good
how
with
big is your hole?
Yeah, so, I mean, it won't be filled, but your hole, you could definitely fill up a good chunk of it, about 2/3 of the way filled with water if you wanted to with your castings.
Wait, how much is 10 gallons?
10 gallons is about 10 cubic feet of water. That's
Wait,
not...
10 cubic feet of water?
Yeah, a gallon of
Just
water
picture
is 1
10
cubic foot.
1-gallon jugs of water.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like, that's a lot less than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't create a lot of water.
I mean, 10 gallons is still a lot of water, though.
Oh, it is a lot of water.
We
It's
can definitely fill up all our water skins, and you could still take a mild
sponge
bath
bath.
in it.
yeah. You could definitely
okay
like
with that
fill it
idea.
with water, fill up your water skins, and then anything that's left over would be not a bad bath.
Yeah. So he's not going to make the bath because that's not enough water.
Yeah.
The hole's probably a lot smaller.
Okay.
And yeah, he's gonna like put rocks on on the bottom of it. He's gonna put pom-poms on the
Yep.
sides and on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
Okay, yeah, if you're doing that, then yeah, it's not going to seep in as quick.
no, he wasn't just.
I thought you were
You
just
said you were
digging...
digging a hole.
No, he was not going to be like, oh, I made a sandcastle.
Well, that's what it sounded like. That's
I know.
why we were-
It's what it sounded like. It's what everything we was thinking.
So we're like, no, don't do that. You're just wasting it.
Yeah, so defining the hole, that's completely a different story.
First off, I've survived in the wilderness for a week on my own. This is not Olag, but
All right.
Yeah, that's the problem. Not old.
Not a whole lot.
well, it wasn't really on my own. It was a camping trip, but that's not the point.
But that's not the point.
That's not the point. All right. So you managed to fill up your water. It doesn't look like it's getting dark. You don't see the sun anymore, but you don't get as much light. It's like perpetually evening right now.
Okay, like dusk.
Yeah, like
that's
dusk.
some evil there.
Yeah.
Whisper, could you climb up on the tree and see if there's any light coming from those horns?
From where? Oh, the horns. Okay.
Yes, the Twin Peaks, the horns.
Okay.
I thought you were
will...
resting, Whisper.
Huh?
I thought you were resting too.
Well, we were still arguing about the hole. I hadn't quite started
Is
resting yet.
climbing up a tree hard labor though for her?
She has a
Speed is
climb.
essentially like walking,
Yeah, she has a
yeah.
climb speed, so probably not. Just because she has the actual speed.
What I was thinking is,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it's hard for her because
Yeah.
I'm a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a cat.
Yeah. So
Alright, so I'll climb up the tree and look and see if the light is coming from the horns.
not really. No, it looks as if you're kind of getting a sight. It looks as if there is a second sun that seems to circle the edge of your horizon as you can see it.
Freaking awesome.
So it looks like there's two suns, one that kind of almost goes directly over you, and other that goes the other direction around the planet. And
Going like,
you'll remember something you heard earlier from Richan, that the water planet was the center of the solar system.
So those are light planets, not suns.
Yes, you're basically on the center of a geocentric system.
Yes.
Got it.
The
Okay.
planet is the center of the universe.
Tropical island is the center of the universe. Yes.
Is this also a flat planet?
It is. And I'm a cat, so I'm gonna push everything off.
It's gonna be like yeah.
Yeah.
Meh. Meh. Meh.
Well, after Olog is done using the water for a bath, I'm gonna climb in for a
No,
little
not
bit.
used to give her a bath. It's literally just there.
I
Hey,
was
we have fresh
thinking-
water for however long.
Well, I'm gonna dip into it to cool off.
How
Well,
about
there,
you just dip like a rag into it?
yeah, there goes that fresh water that you guys were thinking about.
I know, really. Jeez.
Fine, I'll dip a rag into it and cool myself off to
You
help
could always just
aid the
fill up one of
exhaustion.
the water skins and like dump it on yourself and do
Yeah,
it.
we're not that far from the beach either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
could
we don't
just
know
stick-
what's in those waters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if we can like dig a hole and
Okay.
fill that up with salt water.
Yeah. You can.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's a lot of work.
You want to dig another hole?
No, because Olog's, he's already done his work for the day.
Okay.
I'm trying not to
Dug
be
a hole.
exhausted. And made a basket.
And made back.
Exactly.
That's true.
He dug a hole, he created fresh water,
Mhm.
and he made a basket. That's,
Yeah.
it's more than he's ever done in his entire life.
I went fishing, I've climbed the trees, made some maps, did some more fishing, taught you how to make a basket, kept you from dumping water out everywhere.
The only thing Kellen did was go for a short, nice walk.
Where he got exhausted. No, he
Wait,
he
I
did build a
also
lean-to.
made the lean-to and a distillery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which we don't need anymore.
Well, la-di-da.
Well, I guess.
Yes,
Kel-
but we can still use the fire pit that I made for the distillery to cook food in,
No, yes, we can do that. Wait,
and I also have a pot.
yeah,
We can make a stew.
yeah, I was gonna say, we can make fish stew or something.
Ooh.
We have fresh water for that.
And we
How
have
about
pots.
Olog? Why don't you go look for some, like, maybe small, like, vegetables or berries or something? I'm going to relax for a bit. And she's gonna, like, lay down under the lean-to, like,
Olog just like looks off, he's like, I'll do it. That's and just like his inner monologue is like, the chances of me only getting poisonous fruits and berries is very slim. I'll have Kellen testify.
of course you will.
Here, Kellen, try this. I found it in the jungle. It should be fine.
Alright,
I am
so
going to take a short dip in the water and then go back under my lean-to. Will that help with the exhaustion and heat?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do survival check for foraging.
Okay. All right.
11.
Okay, you'll manage.
Manage yourself.
Nah, you'll manage to find a couple of small things. Probably not a huge amount of food, but something that's edible. Definitely good.
Yeah, he's gonna show them to Whisper unless she's asleep and be like, do you know if any of these are not good to eat? Not poisonous.
So, do I have to make any check to know, or can I?
You can make a nature check, I guess, if you want to identify it properly.
Okay. Yeah, whopping +2.
You're like, you're unsure.
I don't recognize most of these berries.
Purify on it.
Okay.
No more toxic berries for us.
I'm gonna make a suggestion. Might sound funny, but I'm gonna make the suggestion.
You're gonna eat them anyways?
No. Once we do the stew, if there's any left over, maybe we should empty out one of the water skins and put the leftover stew in that.
Why not just keep it in the pot?
Yeah.
Because I don't think the pot came with a lid.
Why not just make a lid for the pot? I'm sure at least one of us brought tin foil for Randran.
I probably could make a wooden lid to sit on top of the pot.
It'll take you a little time. You'll probably have to go into the jungle and, I guess, find either a dead tree or chop down a tree, and then basically...
These are palm, right?
They're like palm, yeah.
Yeah, do they have palm fronds?
Oh yeah, they got fronds. I guess if you want to weave together a lid out of fronds, yeah.
Yeah, on palm trees, fun fact, they're not naked. That means someone's already chopped them down. You just tear off the giant wooden petals on them.
Yeah.
Instant lid.
Okay.
Ka-bam.
Bam! It's almost like I have 3 palm trees in my yard.
Okay, you'll...
Only 3?
I'm in Texas.
Alright, you'll manage to put together some kind of fish stew and a lid for it, and, I mean, you'll throw a couple of things in it. They're not, like, great vegetables, but you're pretty sure they're better than nothing. And it's totally not poisonous because they've been purified.
Sweet. And we use a little bit of that salt to, you know,
Okay.
salty flavor. Seasoning.
I guess you're all, like, sitting around taking out... Do you have, like, any kind of, like, bowls or something to take it out in? Or, like, I guess maybe you have, like, travel mugs or something?
I do actually have a mess kit.
Okay.
That's one thing I didn't buy.
Okay.
I don't think I have a kit, but I was going to use one of the palm leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't have one. Never mind.
Oh.
I thought I did get it.
Someone might have a mess kit.
I don't have it marked on mine.
I guess no one has a mess kit.
Nope. I'd just make fashionable out of, like...
Ooh, can I carve a spoon?
Sure?
I'll use my carpenter tools and make a rudimentary spoon.
Be a man, use your hand.
Yeah, just reach in, grab some spoon.
Wait,
stuff.
you have a chisel?
I made a nice spoon. I have a whole I have all my toolkits on me.
Okay, first off, there is actually a spoon-like carpentry tool. It's actually meant for...
Well, I just made a very nice wooden spoon, okay? Look at that.
I'm a cat, I'm just gonna use my hands and
don't look so small, he's just gonna use his hands.
Yeah.
We're gonna put...
You pick out the pieces with your fingers, and then you slurp the broth stuff.
Exactly.
Right out of where everyone's eating.
No, I said we're gonna put it in. We're gonna use the things.
What things? Oh,
look up palm tree.
Yeah.
Froms, the old giant froms. They make perfect plates and bowls.
Yeah.
I made a spoon.
Good job.
Civilized.
And by the time you're done carving your stupid spoon, we've eaten it all. So now you're hungry, but you have a spoon.
And exhausted, because, damn, you're not gonna get that long rest now because you grabbed a spoon.
I'm doing that after I finish resting.
So it'll be much later than when dinner is ready. I mean, I'm guessing you all will have something you can use to get some, like a mug or something that you can, like, drink out of, you know, just something that you can get some of it out of there between the stuff you have. You improvise something. As you're, like, enjoying some of the stew. There's some good stew.
We got good stew. I mean, the fish makes it, of course.
That's true.
We're gonna travel.
Yeah, you did a good job catching that there.
I know.
I'm gonna suggest if we are going to travel, we should travel while it's darker.
It is a lot safer this time of day.
Well, also the fact that because it's not as hot, it's gonna be easier on us people who can't take the heat.
Where were you planning on going?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Where are we? I mean, we have no idea where to go. We have no idea where the ship's gonna.
We don't even know if the ship's gonna land on this island.
Yeah.
They just said they were going to the water planet.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other thing is there is the grasslands it could land in.
I think this planet's pretty big. Oh, they probably shouldn't go to the grasslands anyway.
If the ship doesn't land on this island, we're fucked.
Yes.
Can anybody build a boat?
Oh,
I could attempt.
Whoa, got boat building skills. That's pretty good.
I have carpentry skills, and I've been working on our ship.
Oh, that's cool. Excellent. More stew?
Wait, who's saying that?
Yeah.
There's someone at your campsite that's been eating with you. You just all notice him.
Who is?
There's just a guy sitting there around the fire with you who's been eating stew with you for like now 20 minutes and talking to you.
We're just been like, yes. Wait.
Who are you?
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Sorry, I guess, it would be proper to introduce yourself first, though. I mean, truthfully.
What does this guy look like?
Yeah, he came upon our camp.
It just started eating our fruit.
I guess the only person that might recognize what he looks like a little bit would be Whisper. Because she went to Karator for a little while in Faerun. He looks a little bit like a Kitsune, but maybe a little different.
You mean a kitsune?
I don't know. I can't remember what they're called now in Karator anymore.
Fox person?
The fox person, yeah.
Yeah, it's a kitsune.
Okay.
A kitsune, yeah.
Not cannibalism.
Oh, like, Griffin's like, my god, we've landed on a meat planet. Those are giant robots and anime cat girls. No offense.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. Do we ever know what he's talking about?
No.
I've read about this, and
Anyway, maybe we should focus on the guy who just sat down and started eating our food.
He's been here like for a while too.
yeah,
Well, I was relaxing, so.
Well, you like
I
all
just woke up from my nap.
yeah, you were all like talking and like discussing amongst each other, and you just sort of was there all of a sudden.
So, where did you come from?
Oh, I live here. Thank you very much.
On the island, right here in this spot.
Oh,
Pacific.
island in this area? I'm surprised the gate opened. I mean, I was technically assigned to watch after it, but, I mean, there's not much on this side of the island anymore.
Is there anything on this island?
Not a lot. People don't tend to live here. I mean, I don't really live here all the time. I'm just supposed to visit. When things opened up, I was surprised that, you know, someone showed up, you know. I sensed that it opened, and I, you know, found you guys. Kind of surprising.
Did you originally come from the other world?
Personally? No. No one's lived there for quite a long time, and I'm surprised anyone managed to not only visit, but go through the gate. Honestly.
yes, well, it was not that difficult. We only ran in with a slight delay with someone named Toby.
What?
Quick question. Do I the tracks that I saw earlier, do these look like there's like, can I match them up to see, like, you know, figure out if like maybe he made those tracks or if it's something else that also made those tracks?
I mean, you don't know a whole lot about his people, so you don't know if he's like. I mean, you probably saw like one of the kind that he looks a lot like back on Toril, and you heard tales of them turning into foxes. It looks like it would have been a little bigger than a fox, whatever it was, so it might be him. But
okay, but they don't currently match the size of his feet that they are now.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
Okay. That's what I'm like figuring, like looking at his feet, thinking back, like,
So, who are you, folks?
I'm Kellen.
Oh, hi, Kellen. The name's Zirin. Nice to meet you.
Daddy, I'm so hungry.
Nice to meet you, Zero.
Oh, and you have wonderful fish, too. I'm surprised you were able to find the correct plants in the jungle. There are plenty of poisonous ones around here.
Yes, well, it's no easy task being a forager, but someone had.
yep. And I caught the fish.
A wonderful huntress. This is Whisper.
And our good forager friend, she gotta like slap a hand on his shoulder, is Olog.
Oh,
Nice.
just like, no, I just cast a spell to purify it. Jeez.
You're not supposed to give away your secrets.
It's already a secret, and every connect into it.
Well,
Are there others on this island?
not normally. Just me, usually. Though, I'm unique.
And how so?
Oh, what would be an easy way of describing this? I'm not sure if you're familiar, but my people have a unique ability that we can easily travel very long distances very quickly.
So you can fly.
No, but flying would be helpful. It's like a teleport.
You can magically teleport?
Close enough.
Interesting.
My God, they're ninjas.
Yes, they are.
Oh, this is a village near.
Have you
You're
seen
very
any...
interesting looking creatures, too. I like you, as he kind of looks towards Whisper. The other two of you, you're very interesting looking.
You're short.
You're very pink.
I think you're short.
I haven't seen much creatures like you, but
Can I have the one in the backpack?
it might be a little, difficult getting you off the island, though, if you're really going to go somewhere else. I mean, this place is really far off from anywhere. And if a ship's coming into the land, they might go out this way. They're probably going to go for the larger land. Or you're going to want to try to signal them, which it's not really good to signal from space here. I'm assuming that you came in through space. I didn't hear of anything native like you guys to where the old folks came from.
No, we we did come on a spaceship.
Ah.
And landed on the
Air planet.
wind planet.
But our friends are supposed to meet us here. We got separated.
Well, I could take you to the village. Again, it might be a little hard, but I could probably do it. See,
I mean,
I'm not the
what
only
would
one
be the
that's...
village though.
Well, it's the big settlement around here. Probably a lot better food and water than you just scraping together something right here. And we might have a way of signaling your ship.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on him.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. He seems pretty genuine. He seems pretty genuine.
Cute.
Yeah, he's definitely
know.
cute. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to bother rolling insight. He just doesn't trust them.
Well, this is true. He doesn't trust anybody, though.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. Himself?
He trusts himself.
No, he trusts
Yeah.
Whisper.
Oh, that's right. He does trust Whisper. Whisper's not a clone.
I'm not a clone.
Hmm.
I mean, I did say like 4 or 5 sessions ago that Olag was just fucking around with that.
I know,
No.
but it's a joke. I know.
It's a running joke still.
It's a running joke that will eventually fade. That it gets him singing a song anyway. Anyway, okay. So
Well, if you could take us to your village, we'd be most grateful.
That
well,
would be awesome.
I could signal someone, but I'm not quite sure how I can get you all on board the ship. See,
I don't take up much room.
well, no. I'm fairly certain, because he kind of like looks closely at you too. I'm fairly certain you're not the ancient enemy, but you look a lot like him from the stories, which is not a good thing. And
Are you talking about the half-orcs?
Understand.
I think he's talking about both Olag and I.
yeah,
Yeah, but the
Tell
ancient
me,
enemy was
McGuire.
no. Remember you just heard tales that there was an
They were
enemy that
humanoids.
there was some kind of humanoids that basically drove a bunch of monster races to work together.
Now,
God.
tell me,
Basically, try to It sounds okay.
McGuire,
The thing is, it sounds a lot like purifying them from space, like elves did to a lot of races. So,
Yeah.
it may have been
Yeah.
elves. You're not sure. But there definitely is this animosity, and Kellen looks a lot like a tiny elf. Olag is a little better, but still looks a little humanoid.
Xeron.
covered in hair, so.
Yeah.
It does help.
What if... Yeah, and what if I vouched for them? So to speak.
It's not a lot of vouching. It's just that the only person that comes by this island that has a boat tends to be patrolling the waters for dangers, including the ancient enemy, though it has never shown up. So, I
Well,
mean...
there may be another problem then. There's a lot of people who are not like you on our ship.
Oh. That might be a problem, too. We probably won't want them stopping by the village. It would panic everyone, then. If there's a lot of people closer to you guys.
Yes, but tell me, how dangerous is this island that we're on now? Is there much danger to it?
Not normally. Though, occasionally some of the sea creatures that can also go on land do visit here. And they don't really... They tend to be dangerous, so I can avoid them pretty easily. There really isn't a great hiding spot for them. And I mean, they manage to fish things out of the jungle pretty well.
I know your people originally came from space. Is there any spaceports here that we could try to get to?
Ports? No. I mean, there's an old one that you might be able to access. It's near... Yeah, you know what? We can. I can help you along that way. We'll have to pass the village, though, and probably signal your ship as to where they're going somehow. I don't know how you're going to be able to signal them, if you figure out a way.
No. Not off the top of my head, I don't know a way to signal
If you know, maybe there's
that distance.
Is there some kind of magic? Maybe there might be like an old scroll or something that might be able to help you, or some kind of spell. I know the old people might know a right spell if you know one.
I mean, I know message. It's my go-to spell, guys.
Well, I'll roll a knowledge arcana check to see if I can think of anything that I may have read about.
Sure.
Is it Arcana? Might be able to tell us something.
Yeah. Arcana might be able to tell you something.
Might.
19.
Or am I not? I'm like, no, I'm not the magic person here.
I mean, if it's Arcana, you know, I only have a 0 in that.
I got a 19.
If you can get a sending of some kind, that would be able to reach them.
Okay, I believe there's a spell like called sending that would have the range that we could probably get a message to them of where we are.
Okay.
Might be able to arrange that. I don't know. I'd have to ask some people in town. Whisper.
Yeah, I can't imagine that none of us would know how to contact this ship.
Yeah. You kinda didn't...
Made for oversight on everyone on board the
Well,
ship.
we also thought we would have had more people with us.
Rechan probably has sending. You know that. But you're not sure when he will contact you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's sort of like and he's old and unreliable.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he
Maybe
was
we
with
should
us,
go to town though,
Mhm.
at least to have safety in numbers and, you know.
if need be, if it would make your people feel safer, I would be willing to be tied up or something.
As I said, probably most of them will just think you're some kind of weird freak or something. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I'm used
It is-
to that.
it isn't to say that unusual children are born occasionally, but usually those traits disappear. Usually those traits disappear after a generation. You know, it's when parents that aren't necessarily as compatible as they really should be cut together. You know, sometimes it happens between us. Really
Okay.
should. They really shouldn't. They really shouldn't. But that's an entirely different. That's an entirely different issue. We're not going to get into that. You know. I'm just saying. You know, I respect that they find love this way. Respect the love, but kids are not pretty. Not pretty kids. Confession. But now we can play it off. But it might be a little difficult for the captain, though. He's, he thinks highly of himself as the protector of the seas in this area.
Well, Olog, how big is the basket you made?
I mean, what were you planning to do with this basket?
Could I squeeze into it?
What? Oh, you said it's not going to be a problem. You just
Said
look
the
like a
captain
special
might be a
person.
problem.
No, he said it won't be a problem at the village. The captain might be a
Oh.
problem.
Well, let's just go to the village for now. And
Well, we
then
have to
figure
take
out.
the captain's ship to get to the village.
Oh, I thought the village was on this island for some
It
reason.
is
No.
not.
I
No.
missed that part. I
Yeah,
missed that
that's
part
why I'm
somehow.
asking if I can squeeze into the basket.
I guess
have-
you might be able to
Please
squeeze in.
disguise you.
It'll be very unpleasant, but you could probably try to.
Could I just disguise him somehow?
Isn't disguise self?
I have a disguise kit.
Oh yeah, I
No,
guess
have
you
a
could.
disguise kit.
Oh yeah, you could use the disguise kit on them. Sure. If you
Look, Harry.
make him look less like a gnome and look like, I don't know, something else.
There.
Or
You want to make the dwarf look more dwarfy?
Can I cut some of his hair so it looks like ears?
Which ones?
Olog's actually going to suggest against lying and disguising.
Uh-huh.
Too late, he's already disguised.
No, he's not.
I already
No.
did it.
Not to Olog. Not to
No, not to you.
No,
I did it to
we're not,
Kevin.
she's more concerned about me than you.
Yeah, because you're hairy enough.
No. You said that your people would be worried that we're the old enemy. Now, I'd be willing to accept that if you would put us in a cell or something under constant supervision, that would be...
Well, he said in the village we could play it off, but the captain's the issue.
I mean, he probably would be not
This is
against...
where the-
I guess he's not against capturing you. I mean, we've never...
Like I said, I'm fine. I said
captured
I was
anybody.
fine if you wanted to tie me up.
Yeah, so basically, Kellen and Olog are fine with being captured.
Yeah.
And
All
that's
right.
where we learned that cannibals...
Yep.
I'll put my hands behind my back. Someone can tie me up with some rope.
Oh, well,
Uh,
whenever you want to go to it, we could head to the other side of the island where the ship would come in and I could signal. it might be a little while before he comes in.
Okay, well, we'll head over there, and then I'll get tied up when we see the boat coming.
I mean, you know, depending on how far away it is, it could be a couple hours, it could be a day or two. I'm not sure how far away he's on patrol.
Okay.
It's a pretty large ocean, and the ship is fast, though.
Will you have a way of telling when he'll arrive, like once you signal?
Well, the ship's good enough size, we probably will see it on the horizon. I mean...
Okay, so we'll have a little bit of warning.
We're gonna go to the old village. There was a village on this island when it was first settled. Now it's just a couple of old ruined buildings and a small docking area where the ship can come in.
That sounds better than what we have here.
Yeah. Let's just go to there first and kind of get situated, I guess, and wait for the ship, and then see you from there.
Okay. Can we finish the stew first? It's really good. No one...
Yeah, we can finish the stew.
No one gets razor tooth very often. It doesn't seem like a very big one either. Probably some kind of juvenile, maybe even a young one. They get big.
It was about the size of me, and it was over in one of those lagoons.
The biggest kinds of razor tooth could swallow you whole.
Yes, but is it a land-dwelling creature?
Not normally, but I did see one jump on shore to get a one of the jungle beasts once. Only briefly.
I'm staying away from the shore.
Yes, that does. You're not going to put that in your journal?
Yep, I'll definitely be adding notes to all of these once we, like, calm down after, like, going, like, who is this? Where are we going? What's going on? Who's getting arrested?
I've been there before.
Yep. Alright, yeah, so I guess we'll finish our stew. Maybe while everybody's eating, I'll pull out my journal and, you know, jot all these notes down about, like, the island and the creature and, you know.
Yep.
I'm gonna disassemble my still.
Okay.
Never know when these parts could be useful again.
Yes.
Never know.
Well, you already sort of partially disassembled it when you used the pot to, like, cook the meal.
Yes.
This is an important component of it.
Yes, but I'm just taking the rest of it apart.
Yep. All right. So you'll finish up your meal. You'll enjoy it quite well. You can head through it. Zir will begin to lead you through the jungle. It looks like, if you want to follow him.
Yes, but I'm actually gonna keep my bow not like drawn or anything, but definitely like in one hand in case something tries to like jump out, because he did say jungle beasts.
Yeah.
If anybody else picked that up.
Yeah, yep. I'll have my crossbow ready.
I mean, Olog's gonna play up he's an old man thing and be like hunched over and using like the warhammer as like a cane.
He's gonna kind of like look and be like, "You probably will be fine. Most jungle beasts don't hunt at the dusk time. I mean, they usually look for those things that are looking to cut, you know,
easy prey," and looks over at Olog.
Well, yeah.
Slow weave.
Well, during the hot of the day, they like to find hiding places and try to stay still. So most things hunt during that time to find those creatures that are, you know, there. A little hidey hole to pick themselves out of.
Excellent. I thought with this two-sun situation, it would be a pitch black situation.
What's this pitch black you speak of? Is one of you Vin Diesel?
No, I am not Vin Diesel. Nope.
No.
Are you sure one of you isn't Vin
May
Diesel?
his name ring true for ages to come. With a great hero.
Vin Diesel. The greatest dwarven hero of them all.
You have to pronounce it correctly.
Vin Diesel, son of Pelor, greatest of dwarven heroes.
And we're walking and walking.
He'll take you into the jungle a little bit, and then you'll notice you're on some kind of trail you hadn't actually seen before. It's almost like, it's not really that it was hidden, it's just like, you almost didn't see it because of the angle of it. And it's not a very thick trail, it's a very small trail. It'll wind through the jungle for a little while, it'll take a couple of hours, but it's actually not a tough trek. It's a lot easier than you thought it would have been, like when you first looked across the jungle. It passes by a small stream at one point in time, with some slowly flowing water. Yeah. You cross over a little a log over a little ravine, leading down. Eventually, though, you will get through some more jungle and emerge into a small area with maybe half a dozen small stone buildings and a kind of 3 large docks that lead out. 2 of them which are maybe 20 feet long out in the water, and one that's about 100 feet long that leads out into the water, sort of in the middle of them. There's a couple old ruined boats at the edge of the water. They might be floatable, but it looks like they're pretty damaged and beat up, There's remnants of it looks like these buildings are just abandoned, have a little damage to them, but everything looks kind of interesting there. He kind of was I don't normally hang around too much in this area. Normally it's just patrolling and, finding a nice shady spot to relax, because nothing really goes on around here too much. But, most of these buildings are empty. I keep a lookout for the, craters, though.
What are those?
Oh, they're about this big. He's he's putting his hands out the size of a dinner plate. They're about this big, pretty poisonous, a little scary, but if you corner one of them, they'll definitely bite you.
Is that crab spiders?
Crab? It's a little like a crab, but I don't know what a spider is.
They live up in the trees?
They have been known to go up in trees, but they like to find
Probably
places.
what I saw earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one up in a tree.
Oh.
It just kind of left me alone.
Yeah, as long as you avoid them, they're usually fine. But again, they are pretty poisonous, so.
Lovely.
Also,
keep an eye out.
Also, I would not recommend eating them. They're kind of poisonous flesh too.
Okay.
Good to know.
But Olag can clear. He can dispel poisons and all that.
I've heard of doing that, but they still taste terrible. I've heard tales of, but I guess to each their own. If you really wanted to try eating one.
Only if it was necessary.
Yeah. Food is food.
I guess that's true.
I'm gonna go check out one of the buildings.
It looks like a maybe 2-room kind of hut area. It's kind of got a front room and no doors or anything, open window areas that just 2 in the front, 2 in the back of the building. That almost looks lets it do a little bit of breeze through the building itself. None on the no windows on the sides. The back room area has a little fire pit area with a little ventilation above it. It looks like there's stone walled buildings with a kind of thatch and palm frond roofs that are sort of deteriorating a little bit, but are still together. There doesn't seem to be a lot around. Yeah.
Better than a lean-to.
That's true.
Is there, Xeron, is there one you typically stay in, or just kind of wherever?
I usually just find a shady spot at the beach if I'm hanging around.
Ah, got it. Okay.
But
all these seem pretty safe.
Again,
maybe some predators.
It's been forever since I've ever seen anybody on this island anyway. So I don't get visitors.
So when you're not here, where are you? If you're not at this village, you're not watching the gate specifically. Where do you live?
Well, I have been known to hang out in the village, or to take a trip to the other worlds. I know where the connection is between this world and the next one.
What's the next one?
Oh, she's gonna kind of look at you and be like, "Look, I'm gonna help you get to your ship, and I know you're like exploring it over. You got some old ruins, but I mean, I don't know if you're really too trusting to give all the state secrets away, so to say."
I mean, I have information I could share with you.
Why don't we become some friends first a little bit more, and then we can worry about, sharing where to go. We're going to go near to that gate regardless, because the old docks are near there. So maybe we'll talk about it then.
Yes, but it would be nice to know if that next world is filled with Tarrasques. That's all I'm saying is, we want to know if it's dangerous.
As dangerous as... Actually, probably less dangerous than this world, since there's a lot of large sea beasts you have to worry about. But we'd make do.
In the next world? There's sea beasts in both worlds? My god.
No, this one. There's sea beasts in this world.
I see.
Oh, look, there's a tree move behind you.
The tree moves were in another place. Jesus Christ, Kellen, you jump at nothing. You are such a child.
So, Zirin, are you originally from this planet, or are you from another planet?
I came here with a family of mine to this one. Some time ago. Yeah, been a while.
Where did you come from?
Oh, technically the new capital, where our people truly rule from. But there are little settlements still along the way of our old trek. Basically, a lot of people liked this place and decided to stay here. Well, I can't say a lot. A portion of our people, as we left that world you came from. It's a difficult life here, but they didn't feel like traveling on, so made home here.
Yeah.
We're still connected with the rest of the people.
She's gonna be like taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna be taking notes, but like while he's like she'll just kind of sit down and like pull out one of her journals and be like jotting things down. Do you know Bagon?
Bagon? I don't think so. Name doesn't sound familiar.
She's a big, like, a minotaur. And I like flipped through because I think I did a sketch of the statues, didn't I?
The ruined statues, or
no? Yeah, like the two little statues that Kellen or Olag had found in like the bedroom.
Oh yeah, those ones. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would find like that sketch and like hold it and go, she looked like this, but.
Oh. Okay. I think this is hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure must have been of royal blood then. I mean, there are other members of the family other than just the royal family, but they say it's of royal blood because it's well, kind of obvious why.
I was just wondering because that's who helped us on the last planet we were on. She kind of helped us navigate some of the tunnels and get to the gates.
Interesting.
So I was just wondering if maybe you knew her. Do you know about the what's the thing we released on this planet?
Manticore.
Manticore.
A what now?
There might be a manticore on the planet. It may have come through the gate before us.
A what now?
And she's gonna like open to a blank sheet and do a quick drawing of like kind of what it looked like, and then hold it up and go, but really big.
How big? How big?
Flies. Huge, right? Aren't they huge?
They're large. They're
large
they're
creatures.
like horse-sized.
Yeah. Large. I mean, and she'll describe like kind of like the dimensions, like You don't want to mess with it.
I mean, that sounds strange and maybe dangerous, but I mean, there's plenty of more dangerous things in the sea, so.
Okay. Yeah, well, it was kind of blocking the gate on the other side, and we kind of said that. Well, I basically convinced it that on the other side of the gate, if it went through, there would be food. That wasn't us. So it's out. Maybe it'll take on one of those razor tooth things.
Try to go fishing? Maybe. Don't know what's going to happen with that. But thanks for letting me know. I guess we can let people know there might be a flying creature that might be dangerous around, too.
Yep. Yeah. It's... If anybody can, communicate, telepathically, and then she'll kind of do, use the message spell and, say, like this to kind of do, an example. It can kind of understand, so you might be able to, reason with it.
It spoke something close to common.
Yeah.
It actually does sort of speak a language, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But it seemed to understand better with the, message and stuff, too. So you can kind of...
Okay. Interesting.
So, I don't know. Could be an ally to the right people, maybe? Or, there is a way to maybe keep it from eating you.
All right. So, I guess you guys are just gonna relax then.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Unless there's anything else you want to do while killing time.
Are you gonna hang out here too?
No, I'm saying but I'm not speaking as him.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just relax. I mean, Whisper would keep asking, questions about the island, eventually ask questions about the Twin Peaks. Basically, she wants to, fill in her, basic map that she made.
He'll give you a little bit more information about the island. The peaks are known as the Horns of the Lord. The kind of grasslandy area is known for a lot of snakes, many of which are poisonous.
Awesome.
There is a kind of marshy land in the center of the island where it seems like the fresh water that is in the island bubbles up from, and then a number of streams takes it out towards the ocean.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of it. She would answer any questions he has about, whatever.
He'll describe, the biggest predator that's on the island is the lair, which is as he describes it, it sounds like a cross between a bear and a lion. It's a little smaller though, so it's only man-sized, I would say, rather than being large. And
yes, but have you heard of a bear owl before?
God.
No, he has not. He will also describe a creature that sounds like a reptilian monkey almost, that can be very dangerous, and they travel in small packs. And he will call those he'll give it some kind of weird sounding name that's really hard to pronounce. We'll say it's an X, a Y, and a Z, and an X. As we want to really spell it. And it's your guess, Zix. And it's your guess as good as mine on how to actually pronounce that.
Got it. It's Zix now.
Mm-hmm.
I've just decided.
It's Zix.
Zix.
The reptile monkeys.
It's Zixie and you know it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He will talk about this gigantic 10-limbed terror that likes to crawl out on land and eat things from the jungle. It's very rare that it shows up, but oftentimes they have to keep the boat away from it even because it's one of the more dangerous creatures out in the water.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. He'll also describe a couple of sea creatures to look out for. including what sounds like a colossal fish of some kind with big teeth that eats things, and which even eats the razor teeth you talked about, and something that sounds like kind of like a maybe jellyfish or something. It sounds like he describes, but it's like the size of an island, and oftentimes has like vegetation growing on it to hide the fact that it's an island. And
Lovely.
it floats on the surface and eats things that like to like migrate to it, or stop on it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I would share with him about our lovely Venus flytrap friend that we had.
Ah.
Like, yeah, so we made friends with like this thing, and like I imagine she has like sketches. They're not like great artworks, but like, you know, enough to get the gist across. Like, yeah, we met this thing and we released it and blah blah blah, and we met this, like the manticore, and she's like going through all the things that, like, you know, we've seen some cool things.
I'm gonna mention verdant.
Ugh. A plant creature. There have been tales, old tales of some kind of plant creature, but I don't think it's the same thing. Maybe it's a similar species.
What kind of tales?
There was tales. Maybe it's not that old, but like, I guess you could call it old. He'll like a couple hundred years, maybe, of a strange, it's like an old children's tale of like a creature made of vegetation that pretended to be friends to the people, and deceived them. In fact, tricked them, led them to dangers. I believe
Sounds like
some.
something we met.
Yes, that sounds exactly like Toby.
Some say it leads them. It's made of seaweed and leads them to deep oceans where the true beasts lie. Others say that it is a small jungle plant and leads you to the malls of a lair. I remember a few of these tales just from
Yes,
villagers.
Yes, all these tales are true.
Oh, huh.
Are there any like tales of it on this island or on this planet, or is it just from like the other planets?
This is tales from the village. I'm not sure about other places. Where I come from, our current capital, the true kingdom we have. I have not heard tales of it from there, but not to say there might be rumors flying about, but nobody takes stock of old stories there, unfortunately, anymore. Too many people look towards the future, which is good and bad. That's why I'm glad I'm here. It's fun to visit occasionally. I know some great restaurants. Great places to eat. Inns and such.
In the True Kingdom?
In our true kingdom, yes. Oh, but it's quite a journey, even for one such as myself. You have to know where to go. And traveling there is a mark of our journey across the stars, across the spheres.
Oh, I'm learning all about the spheres. And she's gonna pull out like her little history of the realm space.
Huh.
And like show it, like, this is a book I got from...
He like takes weird looks at it. It looks like he can't read it at all because it is like in a weird language. It's like, all right, interesting.
Yeah.
He'll like flip to like one of the pictures and be like, interesting. Well, why don't we relax for a while? I'll keep watch for the captain.
Sounds good.
All right. It'll probably be about a day actually that's gonna go by that you're gonna relax here, enjoy a little bit more of dried fish and stuff. You could probably go to the river that you saw nearby and get some. Well, Olag could also create fresh water, or you could go to the river and it does have some moving water. But I mean, then it's still suspect. At least it's not salt water.
Yes.
It comes to be about what this like dusk time would be of your second day here, and Zirin will kind of come up to you and be like, "It seems that the ship is coming in. We should prepare."
I put my hands behind my back.
All right, I will tie his like hands up, but not make it too tight. Like obviously, it's not gonna be like so loose that they'll just fall off or anything. But I'll tie him up. Olag, do you want me to tie you up as well?
Olag's too old to tie up. He's a decrepit old man, and he's been playing that up this entire time.
So he's gonna.
All right. She's not gonna argue, and she's gonna be like, all right. And then she's gonna actually stick close to Kellen, like behind him almost, so that if anything starts going crazy, she can quickly, hopefully, cut his ropes and free his hands.
Sure. All right. About after you begin to see a ship coming in, it's really like off in the distance. But it's coming in quite quickly, I'd say. It still takes a little time, like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you'd say, like a good period of time that you're still waiting for it, prepared for it. And it is a kind of large, it has this kind of strange bow that almost looks like a serpent's head to the front of it. It looks like a good sailing ship with 3 rows of masts, a very streamlined shape with almost like, sort of like wing designs to the back. It looks very ornamental to a degree too, and it seems to be made out of like this kind of like bluish gold wood that's almost painted the entire thing. Like the entire base seems blue, so it's almost as if it you kind of think for a second, maybe it's almost like if you were looking up from below, it might almost blend in with the sky.
Okay.
The ship will kind of will pull up. You'll see a number of like strange humanoid creatures kind of throwing ropes down and hooking to the docks. You're gonna see this kind of tough-looking sailor type kind of walk off the ship. It seems to be. Would any of you know the race that it looks a lot like? Seems fish-like a little bit. If any of your characters would know what a Triton looks like, maybe a lot like a Triton, I'd say.
Okay. I don't think.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, Whisper may have seen one, but she wouldn't have known what it was. So.
Yes. Okay. But like in like full like sailor's regard and stuff is like, so Zirin, what have you had now? Greetings, cousin. I am glad to see you once again. I've captured some that may be of interest to you with my new friend here. My friend Whisper and I have captured these 2 which may be of our old enemy. It's so hard to tell with ones of their type. You'll see this one kind of pout himself up, like kind of pout his chest out, and you're like, oh, so you can do a great job. Excellent. I was worried that you were getting rusty here all alone on this island, without any true work to do, while the rest of us were out at sea, battling the great creatures, keeping our fishing lanes safe. He'll kind of like walk up to Zirin and kind of pat him on the shoulder as Zirin kind of like, it's kind of like Olag and Kellen kind of the pat, like the thwump, and like goes forward a little bit. It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, perhaps we should get them on board in the brig, and we can take them back to the village. Find out for sure what they truly are. That sounds wonderful. It was about time that we headed home. We claimed another beast for the sea, drove it back. Lanes remain safe still to this day because of me. Zirin said your name was Whisper, eh?
Yes, Whisper.
I'm Captain Doran. Flagship.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is my ship, the Blue Sky.
It's a fine ship.
Thank you. It is the finest in this realm.
So we should get them down to the
Yes,
ship
yes.
term. That ship term you used. Brig?
He's gonna, yeah, a brig. He's gonna kind of like look at you a little strange. You're a strange one. I don't see many felines in this part.
I've been traveling a bit, so.
Oh. You look a little
Why don't we go
unusual
and get them?
too, but then again, not the strangest I've seen.
I could totally look different if you'd like. No.
Alright, they will take Olag and Kellen to what appears to be a basic brig kind of area. It's not a lot. It kind of like is a couple of walls with like bars in front that they'll kind of like open like a little wooden gate to the one side and kind of push you in and then close the gate. So you have like a bar you can look out of. They can like feed you water and food through kind of thing. I guess they'll like, he'll like go to like, old one, if you want to, you can untie your little friend there and pass me the rope. As long as you're cooperative, you shall not be put to death.
You're both, like, Kellen first and then Olag are both gonna hear, like, whisper, like, in your head going, I'm very sorry. I will get you out
Olag's
of
actually gonna sing sea shanties while...
Nice.
Okay.
I just keep my head down and keep quiet.
Alright.
An extra, I'm sorry, Kellen. I'm so sorry.
It will
I
be...
respond in my head to you. I've been through this before. It's not a big deal.
Alright. So it's going to be a 3-day journey across the sea. Yeah, I saw we lost Frank. He said his power was going to give out rather soon, but it shouldn't have given out yet, so that's why I was actually getting to a point. So we'll see if we get him back, or if it's if it just died. Because it might have just been a little less time than he thought. Because I was going to try to end a little early because he was running out of battery. So I'll see if he texts on the phone or something. Or message. So I'll try to finish up quickly. Okay. He's back online. Yeah, so we'll see if he comes back to the call. Okay, so 3 days journey while you, Kellen, you and Olag get to enjoy time together in a cell that's probably only made for one person. You know,
Nice and cuddly.
Nice and cuddly.
Small.
Yes. Well,
And probably a lot
small-
of horrible stories.
yes, and a lot of sea shanties, lots and lots of sea shanties. Whisper, you get to enjoy time with the crew. You're sort of treated as a guest because you helped capture these creatures. You will get to know the captain a little better. He apparently is actually the cousin of Zirin, more than just by name. He was also not born here, but decided to migrate here and brought Zirin with him, basically. He was ordered by the king to journey here, and is under the commandership of the governor of the village. To maintain order within these parts, he is the captain of all the fleets, which apparently, according to Zirin, is actually 4 vessels, which he's in charge of this one, and there are 3 other vessels. I think we're getting an Olag back. Okay, we got an Olag back for the last couple of... We're finishing up.
Yeah, I've been telling you that my laptop's been dying for like the past half hour.
I know. I
Yeah.
thought I had like enough time to like finish up. I was trying to actually get to the end here, but it apparently was a little less time than I thought. So we're finishing up. After the 3 days of getting to join, you're going to pull into port, and it is, for what all intents and purposes, a island and a floating village next to it. There's supposed to be like large stone buildings, maybe like 2 or 3 story, on the island itself, while there's systems of huts and bridges and boats kind of interwoven all around you that you're sort of pulling up to the edge of. It is like you can see all kinds of strange creatures and beings in amongst this place, kind of working, fishing, doing work. You know, the boat pulls into this kind of larger dock on the outer edges of it, and you will all be departing there. You will be taken through this kind of floating village section up onto the land and taken to what appears to be this kind of larger building in the back. where Kellen and Olag, you will be escorted to a set of cells in the basement. And Whisper, you're going to be escorted to the governor. So we'll leave off with a meeting with the governor, and the fate of Olag and Kellen to be determined.
Great. Good thing you got the bard.
Yes.
Going to the governor.
Strangely enough, being a tabaxi was really a great thing. If we still had Nishafter, he would have been great here too.
Two hands.
Because we would have had a Kenku also on this adventure. But we'll leave off here since Frank's got to be on his phone for a bit. So next week we'll hopefully be back to a. Well, we'll see about timing. We'll probably still be kind of 4 to 5, depending on what's going on with me. I'm not sure about when my schedule will solidify more. You know, it might be quite a number of weeks, unfortunately. You know, until we feel like we don't have to bring a meal to my grandmother each week. But anyway, so I hope everybody had a great time. I guess we'll start with Olag and go around the area to any kind of promotion of yourself. Frank? We can't hear you.
He's being loved.
Oh.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, any kind of promotion of yourself.
You can tell I'm vicious puppy.
Yes, we saw.
Oh no!
We saw you being mauled horribly and viciously.
Yeah. Oh, vicious. I'm Controller Frank. You can find me at Twitch/ControllerFrank or at ControllerFrank on Twitter. I'm the community manager for Margaret Crone's Space Vikings. Next Sunday, we will be running a community event for D&D. It will be called, I forgot what I called it. I think it's the Boblin, Ramblin' Goblins or something. Something along those lines. All the players are going to be goblins working for a big bad guy, completing a mission. That'll be right after this show, I believe, unless the show runs late, in which case I'm leaving early.
Okay.
So, feel free to tune in to Control Alt Frank at Twitch next week to see a bunch of people make fools of themselves by playing goblins.
Cool.
Always a good time.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, just a cute little thing that we're doing.
Cool.
Oh.
Whisper.
Just the normal rules as written. So you can find us on Podbean, iTunes, and Twitter. Rules as written. It's got a green logo with the dice on it. Also, I am gonna start releasing content for my own podcast soon, called Epic Endings. So you can find it at Epic Endings Make sure I get this right. Yeah, Epic Endings Pod on Twitter. Or I have a blog that I'm doing, so it's all kind of linked together. If you find one, you can probably find all the others. But I am going to be recording stuff for that very soon and releasing it. So it's been months in the work. But
Cool.
soon.
Soon. Kellen.
Soon.
Same thing as usual. See everyone again next Saturday for more. My brain is dead.
Talking tabletop.
Discussing
Yeah.
tabletop.
Discussing tabletop. Yes.
One of those.
One of those. Yep.
Discussing tabletop, and then again, see everyone for the same thing on on Sunday.
Yes.
Bust you out of jail. I mean, keep you from getting hung.
Well, we're not quite sure what they'll do with you. You don't even know if they've ever caught any of the, in quotation, enemy to ever have, like, decided what
Yeah.
to do with them. I mean, or if they have, it's been, like, generations from the sound of it, so...
They may just study me.
I know.
Freak.
Aw, I'm sorry, you little pink squishy humanoid.
Aw.
Why does everyone know?
No one really...
I actually like gnomes.
No one really...
No, in space in general.
No, well, there's reasons everybody hates gnomes in space, and they often involve explosions.
I don't explode things much.
No. Fuck no.
Alright, so for myself, you can find more of role-playing related videos and other tabletop related videos on the channel, on my channel, the Dracovin Empire. This VOD should be up like Wednesday, Thursday. let's see here. I will be back a little later. I'm thinking I will be playing some Players Unknown with Ollie for a while. Maybe Winter Bear. I might do a little bit of single player later on, depending on the timing. Normal sort of schedule for streams other than that. And as usual, I will add in the 2 cents of if anybody really, really, really loves me and has not supported me and has already supported me in every other way you can support me, and you want to do a little bit more, I do have a Patreon. Just saying. If you've already supported me in every other way. And want to do more. Never against it. Anyway.
I have a question, Ken.
Sure. As you're sideways now.
Pans?
What was that?
Do you like pans?
Do I like pans? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
what about grenades?
Yes.
For anybody that doesn't know that reference, Kansas might have gotten killed 5 or 6 times.
Look.
By getting eaten with pan.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. He basically came up behind my character as a teammate, knocked me out, resurrected me, knocked me out the pan again, and kept doing this for a while.
It was quite entertaining.
It was kind of annoying. I'm just gonna say it's not the worst
Kind of
thing.
entertaining.
I could understand
To
the
be fair.
entertainment factor. I can understand it. I can understand the entertainment.
Well, one of our teammates.
I did
killed-
run someone over accidentally. I probably could have avoided them.
Because he got them both killed.
I didn't get Tiv killed.
You definitely got Tip killed.
I didn't get Tiv killed.
Definitely got set killed.
I ran over Winter Bear. I could have avoided him. But I was like, I thought he was going to get out of my way, and he didn't. I'm like, I had bad communications, and I didn't brake quick enough. So...
He wasn't moving.
Well, he
Ran over.
No, he had been running in front of
Wasn't
me.
moving.
He did run in front of me, and I'm like, stop, I'm coming up. And then he stopped right away and turned around, and I was trying to brake, and it wasn't quick enough, and it just kind of careened over it. Oops.
We know.
Oops.
So
Look.
if anybody go find that clip on Winter Bear's stream, it's quite entertaining. Because my choice, both our dead teammates were like, kill him, do it.
they were doing very evil Sith Lord to his ear. Yep.
Oh, Sidious. Do it. Look at this ball. I don't know if you guys see it, but he's a puppy.
Yeah, Alright, everybody. So, of course, I will see you here next week. And if you want to hang around for, some Players Unknown or something, I will be back at, around between 8 and 8:30, depending on when Ollie's not playing Slime Rancher. Which it probably will go over to doing streaming some of that, hosting him in between the time. So, alright, everyone. See you next week for more Treasure of the Lost Legion. Bye.
All right.
Oh.